What's up, everybody? Arrg The Pirate here, and today we're gonna play a little Loki in the jungle. And then we end up switching to solo lane because no one covers that. But before we get into the build and the kit and all that other good stuff, let's give away another skin code. Y'all know how it works by now. I'm gonna play a little clip. The first person to guess that god correctly down in the comments wins a free skin code. Here's that clip. That's probably the easiest one so far, so good luck to everybody. Now, since I am planning on playing in the jungle, I'm going to start out with more of a jungle build, and I'm going to go with Charge Morningstar, which is rank 2 of Transcendence, 2 healing potions, and 2 mana potions, with Purification Beads as my relic. And then I'm going to build into Transcendence, Warrior Tabby, Heartseeker, Hydra's Lament, Soul Eater, and Titan's Bane, and then I have Blink as my last relic. But if you are planning on starting out in lane, you might go ahead and pick up something like Warrior's Blessing, because you want to have just that little bit of sustain, and it can really help you out in lane. But I'd still go for that same build with Transcendence. You know, that it's such a good item on Loki. Alright, enough about that. Let's get into the kit. And first up we have his one behind you. Loki deals more damage from his basic attacks when hitting enemies from behind. His basic attacks also utilize a 5-swing progressive chain, and the bonus is 20% damage, so it's quite a bit. His one is Vanish. Loki disappears in a puff of smoke. While invisible, he moves faster, removes and gains immunity to slow effects, and obtains 25% damage mitigation. His next basic attack from stealth for 2 seconds after he reappears applies a bleed to the target, dealing damage every 0.5 seconds, and it also reveals Loki when you basic attack. Decoy is his 2, which is the ability I like starting out with because you can utilize his passive by going after those minion camps, and it will definitely help you when you're in lane because it's really an AoE damage. But Loki spawns a decoy version of himself that taunts all nearby minions. After a short time, the decoy explodes, dealing damage to all enemies in a radius. Aim Strike is his 3. Upon activation, Loki's next successful basic attack does ability damage and slows a target. And guys, this is big because it does ability damage. That means it works great with Hydra's Lament. And lastly, we have his ultimate, Assassinate. Upon activation, Loki teleports to his ground target location. If an enemy god is in that radius, Loki will backstab the target, doing damage and stunning them. And of course, it's a 1-second stun. It does an absolute ton of damage with 120% scaling. Loki's designed to delete people. Now, since I'm starting out in lane and I don't have a blessing, I have to play much safer. You can see I'm using that 2 to taunt those minions and get damage on them. You know, just try to keep that farm up. Since I don't have a warrior's blessing, or, you know, I wasn't really planning on staying in lane, I don't have any sort of sustain, and my team also doesn't have anybody that can rotate. So that is also hurting us as well. But we have to make the best out of it, and we cannot just allow Ganesh to freely push this lane. We definitely need to stay in lane and, you know, help out this lane, because really, as the jungler, that's your job, is to help your team wherever needed. And when no one's going to a lane, you're needed there. Now, since we pushed that lane into tower, this is a great time for me to back and put on Transcendence. And you can see here, we're actually going to pick up a jungle camp and then wait around for blue because we're not really missing any minions. We might miss a few there, but since it was pushed on safely, that's a perfect time to leave. And with Ganesh not having just the best wave clear, you know, hey, that works out great for us. Now, you can see, again, I'm going to use that decoy. I placed it terribly, and Ganesh ended up ulting there, which, you know, that's good for us. That takes down one of his biggest damage dealers in his kit. And I'm going to go ahead and use that decoy again on those minions. And that way I can actually hit them in the back or even engage on Ganesh without taking any aggro. We're able to poke down Ganesh a little bit, but you can see he's pretty tough, and, you know, I got way more damage on me than he did on him, but that's quite all right. We're just gonna keep trying to push this. We do have our ultimate, so, you know, if we get him low, we can use that ultimate to actually finish him off. I'm gonna, again, use that decoy to get the aggro off of me, and then we're able to ult and take Ganesh out. Oh, man, awesome. let's keep pushing this. Let's try to get into this tower, get some damage on it. You can see it's already pretty low, but okay, we need to back off of here. And hey, that's great. Let's continue to push this. Let's continue to farm. We are stacking, so we want to get as many minions as we can. Now, since Achilles actually rotated over to that solo lane, this is going to free me up to start making rotations and actually playing the jungle role, which is great. That's what we wanted. We're going to go in on Kernbog here, and it would have been great if Giannis would have actually headed over, and you know, it's just map awareness, but we're going in on this Kernbog, and Owilik showing up, and she destroys me. Oh, feels bad, but hey, we traded. That's not the worst thing in the world, and it looks like my team's actually playing the lanes they need to, and again, this is really going to help me out and make better rotations. Now, once we spawn back in, we actually have to head over to our solo lane because, unfortunately, Achilles just went down there. And again, my team is at a level of disadvantage because we had a 3-stacked lane and, you know, we didn't have a jungler making those rotations and getting those kills. So, really, you know, hey, we've got some catching up to do, but we should be able to pull this off. I'm actually going to start rotating over to our duo lane. You can see there's 4 of them there. We definitely need some help. Kernbog is actually heading around the back, and we're going to go ahead and take him out. Giannis with that awesome snipe. Great play, and hopefully we can still make something happen. I'm going to go ahead and throw that decoy out while we go in on this Ares. If we can get some slow... Oh, he's a goner. Great play by my team. You can see we were able to turn that around. Not exactly sure why Medusa ulted that wave there. Guys, don't ult minion waves as the ADC, especially with Medusa's ultimate. You know, that's such a powerful team fight tool. You should definitely save that for actually facing enemy gods. But it is what it is. Let's continue looking to where we need to go. Now, since our mid lane is pushing awesomely, let's make a rotation over to our solo lane, and sure enough, Ganesh is here. We might be able to make something happen if we can actually hit an ability. We're basic, and with their Owilik showing up, we gotta get out. I go ahead and beads just in case there's a charge. Let's get out of that situation. Let's not worry about that. Achilles managed to take out Ganesh, but he did trade for it. You know, is what it is. Owilik went ahead and peeled off of that. I'm going to go ahead and throw my decoy up, maybe get some damage on these minions, and with that, you know, with us having that minion advantage at that point, maybe we can get a Winion tower right there. That would be awesome, and hopefully help out our Achilles. Now from here, I'm going to head over to duo lane. Giannis didn't need my help though. I'm going to throw a decoy down in mid lane so it pushes naturally, and then we're actually going to head over to duo in. Kernbog, he's out of mana. He just used his dash. Look at this, guys. He's a goner. And then Ares is here. Ares, he's a gunner too, baby. And awesome play. Awesome rotation by my team. Just great job in general. Now, guys, I see a lot of Loki players put their decoys under tower. Don't do that. When you put a decoy under tower, it makes it where the melee gods can't help. You can't even really help unless you want to risk taking tower shots. And your minion, the enemy minions just stay in the back. You know, it's much better to do it out of the tower. Just wait a little bit, boom, put it up, and you can really push that tower on your own. It just makes it a lot easier. And again, Ymir wouldn't have been able to help out with those minions if they would have been way in the back of that tower. So just wait a little bit. Now, if you see here, Owilik ran through our minion wave, and so we got vision on her, and I'm gonna kind of peel out through the jungle. I really didn't think she was gonna continue going for yellow after she got that, you know, after she knew she had vision, but hey, she did, no problem. She traded her life to pick up my yellow. That's a win every day, and I'm gonna go ahead and back off. Put on Heartseeker, put on Blink, you know, guys, we're getting farmed up, and this is exactly what we want. Now, from here, I'm going to make my way over to our solo lane, and, you know, hey, our Achilles is slowly catching up to Ganesh, which is awesome. You know, we still haven't got that tower, though, but we're slowly going to make that up. Ganesh used his dash there, and awesome. We should be able to snag this kill here, and you know, Ganesh used his ult. Yeah, He's slowly burning down, and look, oh, without me having my ult, I'm just not able to do anything, but that's quite alright. Let's go ahead and take out this tower. You know, let's just be done with it, guys. And we really need to get some progress on this tower so Achilles can have just a little bit more freedom to start moving around and everything like that. And you can see now, he's finally caught up to Ganesh's level. We chased Ganesh out of the lane. Achilles is safely returning back. We got that tower. Awesome, awesome play. Now from here, we end up heading to mid and just instantly delete Poseidon. You know, we probably didn't need to burn an ult on it, but, you know, is what it is. And then we're going to head to red. Let's take out red, drop it for Giannis, and then we're going to kind of go for a little jungle invade. Let's check out their red, and on the way, Awelix is lazy backing. Let's go ahead and just take out Awelix here. And, guys, Awelix, with her CC, she hurts, but with our Heartseeker, we hurt too, and we're able to take her out. Oh man, let's grab this mid Harpy camp, and then you see Giannis is kind of engaging with their Kernbog right here, and you know, really, we should just both back off of this situation. You know, Kernbog, he's tough. He's a tough guy to deal with, but I need to go help, you know, back up my team, and let's go in. He dashed right into that wall right when we blinked, and we're going to end up going down here. You know, and really, that was a bad choice on my part. We should have got out of that. And to be quite honest, you know, Giannis, if I would have now came in there and sacrificed myself, Giannis might not have got that kill because Kernbog would have been focused on him the entire time. At this point in the match, picking 1v1 fights is just not worth it. And you can see the enemy team starting to rotate over and taking us out one by one. It's just not worth it. Don't get into these solo fights. From here, we're going to head down solo lane because, you know, Ganesh is just pushing this wave. And so, let's go ahead and defend against this. And again, guys, we're not trying to kill him. We're trying to defend. You know, if we can kill him, that's great, but let's defend this. Let's get it pushing in the right direction. You can see I head around, use that decoy, and now my minions, as well as me, are going in on Ganesh, you know, in free damage. And so, we're going to just get this lane pushing. Now, since we do have that minion advantage, since it's going to naturally push, I can go ahead and chase him down. Oh, if we would have had Hydras online, he'd have been gone. Oh, feels bad. But, you know, is what it is. We came to this lane, again, to defend, so that's what we're doing. And I'm going to go ahead and back off, put on Hydras, and then I realize, hey, I don't have enough money to put on Hydras, so we need to stay out. You know, we need to get some more farm before we go back. And I'm just going to go ahead and re-engage. Now, I did not realize Ganesh was going to stay in, so let's go ahead and re-engage on this, you know, and maybe we can push into this tower. You know, that's not necessarily what we want to do. You know, we're not really trying to go just directly into this tower and take it down, but, you know, if we can get minions in there, that will alleviate pressure elsewhere. And then I see Awelix in the jungle here. Let's head over there, you know, and sure enough, we're able to take her out. We end up going through that Giannis portal. Oh, it puts us right in the tower. Oh, if I would have died from that, I'd have been upset. And then the enemy team actually ends up surrendering here. So, you know, this was a really fun match. It was a bit unorthodox, but we ended up pulling it off, and it was a lot of fun. So, if y'all enjoyed, show me some love, leave me a comment, think about subscribing, and as always, guys, I'll see y'all in the next video.